Welcome to Friday's Business and Money Talk. Just had to quickly move inside. Hope it's better now. It's not so loud anymore. This is, like, I've learned this, a big disadvantage when you live right by the ocean, or you stay right at the ocean. It's so strong, it's so windy, and then it's just very loud. What I wanted to tell and say is that, so I'm owning right now this shirt and the shirt I was wearing the last 2 days. So two shorts and a pair of long pants. And every time we were checking in at the airport the last month, I thought, how would it be if I just would travel with a small carry-on, and wherever I am, I just buy the clothes I like right now, and if I go somewhere else and I decide something new, I just get it, but I just have this small suitcase. And now this happened, that our suitcases mysteriously disappeared. And I'm like, maybe I've manifested this a little bit. So I have to decide if I like it or not, if I really want to go there and just travel with a small carry-on or a bigger suitcase. I will keep you updated. Anyways, today's topic, I wanted to give you guys some insights for a quick tune-in. Is that we are officially in the second part of this amazing year, 2023, and I feel it's such a powerful year. And very often what I do is, we start a new year so fresh with so much new energy. We're so excited. Those are gonna be the goals and then what happens? It's like mid-January. It's already like not having so much energy. End of January, almost like I'm just gonna skip going to the gym now. Just once. February is already twice, and by March, same procedure as before. So what we did last year, and we're also going to do this year, is going to be sales explosion of the year. And it's really celebrating the last 90 days of the year and like being in that super strong energy of, hey, the way I start a new year, this is also the way I end a new year. Because remember when you were in school, the way you started a new school year, you were excited, you were like, okay, let's do it. But at least for me, also the way we ended a school year was always in a strong way. It was always like, okay, let's do it. I'm so excited. Then it's going to be over. It's going to be done. And I can go to the next grade. And I feel we kind of have the same energy, the same rhythm in our business. So I really, really invite you to do a check-in like, hey, are you currently in this mode and vibe of, it's summer, I'm just gonna do nothing because it's August, it's traveling, it's sunny, and I'm just gonna be lazy and not do anything. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. But for me, especially in the beginning, wouldn't you want to create a business and a lifestyle from which you kind of don't have to take vacations? Want to create a lifestyle which doesn't exhaust you anymore? At least this was for me the goal. And every time I reached that point where it was like, I'm exhausted, I just need a break, I need a vacation. If I did an honest check-in in that moment, I actually realized I was doing something which didn't energize me, which didn't fill me up, which didn't light me up. Rather, I was doing something which I thought I had to do. And yesterday we had such an incredible masterclass about magnetic selling and the power and the frequency and how to hit it and how to use that engine you have inside for your sales. And it was so special. Also the questions that were asked at the end, you still can get the recording in the shop. Just as always, there's always in my world going to be an early bird price, then there's going to be a normal price, and then there's going to be an afterlife price. So if you get the recording, it's always going to be more than you would have joined before. Just so you know how it's going on here, what the vibe is. So, if you're right now at the point where you feel like, I'm on vacation, I need a break, it's all too much, do a check-in. What are the things I'm doing right now which actually I don't want to do? I'm actually really annoyed by them. And now you have the next 6 months or till the end of the year to actually change those. What would I desire to do instead? And also, I'm not saying that there's anything right or wrong here, or that it has to be a certain way. I'm just giving you some insights whenever I felt like, I just want to do nothing and take the money. I only had this feeling, especially like, you know, when we manifest, you also only can manifest the money without exchanging anything. There are multiple ways. And whenever I'm like, I just want the money, I don't want to work for it anymore, it was always at the same point in my business that I was exhausted, that I was doing things in a way which were just not aligned to me. And what happened in the last years, obviously I'm taking vacations, I'm taking breaks, I'm taking times. It's not so much like before that I feel like I'm exhausted and I have to recharge. It's more I take time off social media. I take time to contemplate. I go into my cave and I just reflect on my life, on my business, on my relationships. Is this really the way I want to do business? Is this a way I want to have relationships? Are those the clients I desire to have? And for this reflection period, I need time in quietness. So this is when I take a vacation. It's more or less for contemplation on the current situation, and if the current situation is still something that makes me deeply happy, or if there's something I would like to adjust. So instead of maybe in August you're on vacation and just like, I'm so happy I don't have to work, maybe you just take a couple different questions with you. Use a vacation really for reflection. Because first, we always have to reflect our current situation in order to be able to change something for the future. Because right now, if you don't know what doesn't make you happy, right now, if you do not know why you're upset, why you're angry, why you're mad, whatever it is that's going on, you will not be able to change the future. Because you got to tell the future what you desire to have differently than what you're having right now. This is the first step and almost the biggest step and the easiest step, and no money is involved. Everyone can do it. And most people just don't do it. But I know you're going to be different. The other part, what I do kind of in my mid-year reflection, whenever it happens between July and August, and right now we're already in the vibe, in the time for the Lionsgate portal, and for me is really a super strong manifestation portal. So this is always also a time in my life and in my business, and I reflect on the clients I had in the past, on the prices I took, if everything still feels in alignment. Or if I'm honest, hey, is there something else? Do I desire new programs? Do I desire a different type of client? A different type of buyer? And it became one of my favorite topics actually in the whole selling process, the buyer. Because so often you would agree that someone that goes to a supermarket, like the cheapest one, like an Aldi, is a different person than the one that goes to like a high-end supermarket. Like someone that just lives in a hostel or books a hostel is a complete different person than the person that checks in at a 5-star hotel. And none of those people and everyone in between is better or worse than the other one. They're simply different. And wouldn't you agree that a hostel attracts a certain type of person? And more or less, the only reason in my eyes why people are staying in a hostel is because it's cheap. And they don't have the money, or they don't want to spend the money, so they go to a hostel. Because it's something like having a home in a way, also a home from far away from home, is not very important to them. Maybe they just have the attitude like, hey, if I'm not going to spend even on a hotel room, I just need a bed for the 3-4 hours I'm going to be sleeping. And otherwise I'm out there, I'm by the beach, I'm partying, I'm just not here, so I don't decide to spend money on it. It's a certain type of buyer. Then we have someone, like someone that checks in a 3-star hotel. They already know, hey, hell no, I don't want to share a room with someone. I don't want other people in my room. Hell no, I'm for sure not gonna be at a hostel. It's not gonna happening. But I just need something basic, something simple. When I was staying in 3-star hotels, was just something clean. But also the vibe was, I'm not spending a lot of time here. It's not too important for me. And then there are people that are checking in 5-star hotels. The reason why I check in a 5-star hotel is, no matter where I am, I want to stay at a place which has a vibe in which I can create. The attitude I have every minute, every second of my life matters. This is my guidance. And with this attitude, hell no, I'm gonna stay in a hostel. Not even if you pay me. Not even if you pay me, I'm gonna stay in a hostel. It's not gonna happen anymore. There were times it happened, it was all wonderful. So why I'm saying this? Simply, the buyer is always someone different. It's always someone different at a different price point. And none of them is better or worse than the other one. They're simply different. And the moment you know how to attract the right buyer for your program, if it's someone like that stays at a hostel, if it's someone at a 3-star hotel or someone at a 5-star hotel, when we're talking about how to attract premium buyers or luxury buyers. And wouldn't you agree, the person that does my master classes or the person that reads the book for 18 euros is probably someone different compared to the person that books my 101 for a year for 400,000 euros. It's just a different person. Now the question arises, how can we attract both if we desire that? Or how can we attract the person that values the 101 for 400,000 euros? It's just a different buyer. And the moment you start to understand how to attract them, and this is something, if you feel like, oh wow, I've never thought about it like this, and like, tell me more about it, Jeanine. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I invite you to the next program. It's going to be the Premium Buyer. And I think it's 5 or 6 sessions where we just talk about this and I give you all the insights. And it's so important, especially when you have a coaching business and something from like 5 years plus experience now, the person or the people you want to have in your close proximity world, like your masterminds, your one-on-ones, you want to have a premium and luxury bias in there. People that truly value your knowledge set, your skills, everything you bring to the table. You don't want to have someone there that's just like, what? I only get 1 hour with you a week? You don't want people that don't understand, like, having a coach, having a mentor, especially a one-on-one, is not about the time you spend with those people, with this person. It is about the knowledge you have access to. And wouldn't you agree? Someone that desires to have access to a certain amount of knowledge, to a certain amount of wisdom, is a different person than someone who's like, just give me all the things. I take it all and I want it for free. The only difference is there are people out there that just value to have the things, as many as possible. They don't care about the quality. They don't care about the content. It's just about having the things, as many as possible, so it looks good. And there are also people out there which are saying, first of all, if it's cheap, it can't be good. If it's free, hell no. Nothing in this world is for free. And I value my time. And if I value my time, I don't want to be sometimes in big masterminds. I don't want to listen to other people's stories. This, for instance, is for me always a reason why I book a one-on-one coaching. I love it that in this container, it's only about me. I can ask my questions. And those are the questions which are on my heart. And I'm happy to pay for that if someone has the answers. And wouldn't you agree, just from this, the vibe, the feeling about those two buyers is completely different. It's completely opposite. And the more we start to understand this process, the easier it gets to attract the right buyers. And this does not mean that people are not going to tell you anymore, oh, I don't have time, I don't have money to live. People always have excuses, especially a woman. I don't know why for women it's so hard simply to say, yes, I desire this, or no, thank you. Pay attention to it. When it's a no, women very often think it's not enough just to say no. They always have to give an excuse. They always have to give a blah, blah, blah. There we are again, my favorite topic, how our bank account is connected to our self-worth and our self-esteem. It's so much deeper. The money game is so much more than the things we see or we think they will bring us more money. The money game is really about who you are inside. And how do you feel and how do you show up? How do you express that? And wouldn't you agree in a way, when I believe that a no from me is not enough, I start telling you stories. Oh, I can't book this because I'm on vacation. Oh no, sorry, I have no money. Oh no, and it's a certain type of no. It's a very low vibe no. And there can be a no which is just, no thank you. No, that doesn't feel aligned to me right now. And something I've learned, and you can think about it and contemplate on it for yourself. Every time I give excuses, especially when I'm lying to myself, I excuse myself for stepping up, stepping into my true power. I repeat, every time I use excuses after no, instead of just saying no, thank you, and the story begins, whatever it is. It is an excuse I tell myself subconsciously why I'm not ready to step into my true power. I'm just putting it out there. Something to think about. And pay attention when you say now. That we don't need stories. That a no from you is enough. That a no from you is good enough. It's just something I wanted to share with you this Friday. And I will keep you updated about the buyer. I'm going to post everything later. And if you sign up anyways this weekend for the buyer, the masterclass Magnetic Selling is going to be included. And obviously next week, the masterclass is not going to be included anymore and the price is going to increase. So when we launch later everything, you will get all the information about the program, all the needy, greedy details. And if you're on my email list, you're in my world anyway, so I post everything there first, all the offers, all the good things. And every Sunday I send you out a message. And I'm just so grateful you're here. So happy you're decided to upgrade your business and your money game. And it's always something truly amazing. And either I see you in one of my programs next week, or I see you on Friday here for the next money talk, money and business talk. And I'm going to be for sure in Croatia again next week. So that means we're going to be having the money talk at the same time as today. But I'm, of course, going to send you a reminder on Thursday. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy, contemplate, and increase your money game. Because it's so easy. It's so easy. We can do it.